Hey Frugivore, welcome back to Frugivore Diet Channel. So today's video is responding to our old mate Abby Sharp. Abby not so sharp, maybe she sharpened up. I'm always, holding out for her to sharpen up one of these days. Hopefully today is that day, but I kind of doubt it. Anyway, so we know that Abby Sharp is really just an influencer. Okay, she's an influencer. She got a piece of paper over a decade ago or something, and she's kind of been falling back on that, using that to justify terrible dietary recommendations for a long time now that aren't even often in line with dietary, Canada's dietary recommendations, the Dietitians of Canada. And I just want to bring this to your attention like early on because it's very important. Okay, if we go to the description here, not only is it sponsored by some junk food company, some protein chocolate bar, like absolute junk food, which is terrible for a dietitian. That's clearly a conflict of interest when they're meant to be giving us dietary recommendations based on their education, not on who's sponsoring them.
Toxic person, walk the other way, walk the other way.
See that toxic product? And there's Abby getting paid. See the animals suffering? And Abby's getting paid. Perfect blood test, look the other way. Healthy weight loss, look the other way. Professional misconduct, look the other way because Abby's getting paid.
It's like meditation in a cup.
But also if you go to the description, I just woke up so I'm a bit croaky by the way. Look, go to the description. This video, it's a contribution by Rachel Levy, which is another actual dietitian. So this video is Abby Sharp reading a script. This isn't even coming from her brain. This is literally a contribution by another dietitian, by maybe an actual dietitian, I don't know, because Abby Sharp has never even worked in a hospital as a dietitian. She's just been a media influencer. She doesn't even know, she hasn't worked in that capacity, it just is so strange. But I think that's very important, right? This is contributed by Rachel Levy. This is not even coming from Abby Sharp. She's reading a script. So I think that's important to let you know that before we move forward. Anyway, if you want to see more of these videos, vote on it. Let me know now in the comments below. Well, after you watch a bit of it, what you think about this and what you think about the fact that this isn't even from Abby Sharp's brain. This is from another woman. She wrote a script and Abby Sharp is literally just reading it. It's bad enough that she's giving such terrible dietary recommendations, but it's not even largely from herself. It's from someone else. So just quickly, I made these watermelon inspired bottoms, which I'm going to do a tutorial for. If you want to see one, let me know in the comments below, or you can go and visit my new channel, Frugivore Designs. I made these bottoms and I'm really happy with them. They fit great using fold over elastic. You can even make these in like an hour. Make your own stuff. I love it. I really love that lifestyle. And my new channel is called Frugivore Designs. And here you go. You can see it here, crochet watermelon Oreo bag. That was my first tutorial. I put up only one video so far 3 weeks ago, as you can see there, and yeah, I'm killing it with subscribers, 356. Go and join if you're interested in making your own things and not being just dependent on others to make it for you. It's so much fun, seriously, and it's so awesome just to wear your own stuff. It's just like an artistic kind of expression too, outlet, and also you can use this stuff. It's not just useless, and I'm using it every single time I go out, and I love it. So if you want to see how to make this bag and also these bottoms, then definitely check out the Frugivore Designs. I'll put a link in the description below, and I'll see you over there. And also, while you're at it, you can check out my ebooks and my physical books on Amazon, because I got this way to be in shape that I am like this. It's been 15 years on a fruit-based diet. It works. I'm showing the results. I've been the same weight for over a decade. And I don't know many people, nearly 42, many women who can say that. Their weight fluctuates a lot. They're under eating. They're taking all sorts of drugs. They're taking caffeine. And you know what I mean? It's like a big old mess. Not me, I haven't had caffeine for like, oh God, I think it's like 16 years or something. So anyway, check it out. Link in the description below. Anyway, let's get into it. And she's obviously not confident in her own knowledge if she gets another dietitian to write a script for her video. And it also visits dietitians to try to fix her own health, even though she's meant to be a dietitian. Oh, it just gets weirder and weirder for me. Anyway, let's get into it, shall we? No more chatting.
Oh boy, we're going there. Hey everyone, I'm
Oh boy, we're going there. Yes, we are. It's probably going to be a big old cringe for everybody.
Abby Sharp. Welcome.
Oh, by the way, this video, it's an affiliate for you. Dietitian versus dietitian. Not exactly, Abby. Not exactly. You mean, well, I guess it is when it's the other dietitian who wrote the script for you versus apparently another dietitian. College Nutritionist, we need to talk. I normally don't do this. Okay.
Welcome to Abby's Kitchen. We will be looking at fellow dietitian and Best Body Program founder, Dr. Rachel Paul of College Nutritionist. But first, let me tell you what my sponsor.
So I have heard of this College Nutritionist individual. I think she might be big on Instagram. That's why Abby got another dietitian to write a script for her. To like just, you know, jump on the SEO. Hang on, Built Bar. Let me have a look.
First, let me tell you about my sponsor, Built Bar.
Oh God.
Snack lovers, rejoice!
Oh gosh. Okay, like big cringe from the very beginning. Did you see how she turned on the actress right then? She went into actress mode.
Rejoice!
Just became someone else because she's being paid. Wow.
If you have yet to find a protein bar that doesn't taste like chalk, listen to me and listen to me carefully.
This isn't about the taste, Abby. This is disturbing. This is disturbing. She's, as a dietitian, we know she's just an influencer, but she's focusing on taste. Taste over nutrition. Disturbing.
Guys, they taste like a chocolate bar and a nougat bar had a baby, and I'm here for it. I'm ready to throw the baby shower. All right, clearly, I'm having baby fever. Somebody stop.
This is disturbing. This is disturbing what this does to people, right? What money does to people's behavior, what they will do, how they will sell their soul. Like an actual, you know, someone who's posing as a dietitian, like a nutrition expert, if you will, and is recommending a chocolate bar, literally even worse than a chocolate bar because they're full of protein and they've really severely restricted the carbohydrates. She's recommending this as like food, as something good.
Stop me.
What?
What flavor are we going for today? Obviously, I feel like I need a little chunk of something in my mouth.
What?
And preferably chocolate. Let's dive in. Coconut,
She's acting so badly.
brownie, what's not to love?
So
You
cringy.
tell I've had a lot of coffee today. Yes,
gosh.
ma'am. Oh, there is big chunks all on top.
She's being so pathetic. Like literally just, oh, I've had so much coffee, now I'm going to have my protein chocolate bar. It's like, where are your standards? Why don't you care about your audience? You know, the reason she doesn't care, like to me, this is not caring for your audience. This is recommending drugs and junk food. Like that's not caring because she doesn't care for herself first and foremost, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. This is like, gosh, I'm sorry, but what?
Pair them with some fruit, oats, yogurt, or like a smoothie for a more substantial hunger-crushing combo snack. So if you want
Don't give me this hunger-crushing combo snack rubbish. What is this? Yeah, this is entertainment, okay? This is entertainment. She's about entertainment, posing as an expert.
ring that bell and follow me over on Instagram and TikTok at Abby's Kitchen. Okay, so I don't think I get requests for any other content creator quite as much as I do.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You get requested to make a video on me. I've seen it so many times in your comments, but she's she's avoiding it because she knows I'm going to give her the actual hunger crushing combo. I'm going to like just, give her the truth, and she doesn't want to hear that, that's for sure.
Rachel. I have received low-key thousands of DMs about the College Nutritionist Instagram content and her Best Body program. And as always, I'm going to approach this with respect and the acknowledgement.
As always, how about that time you actually, a couple of videos, one in particular where there was absolutely no respect at all for me. I think a lot of you in the comments in the audience will remember that one where she reviewed my video. It was terrible, terribly disrespectful.
I mean, this girl probably will never go out on a date, because who the fuck wants to sit with a girl who's just going to be eating a blender size smoothie?
She did this video in 2018. This was her starting point on YouTube, basically. This just skyrocketed her immediately. You can see the difference in her views, and it was one of her most popular videos for a long time.
That different coaching approaches are going to work for different people. But you guys are all here because you relate to my approach. So I paid to sign myself up for her program to check it out before you do. Now, before we get into this paid program, I want to chat briefly about Rachel's approach from what I can see online. First of all, what I agree with and like. Now, there's
no, it's not what you agree with. It's what Rachel Levy agrees with.
No doubt in my mind that Rachel is an intelligent woman. And considering her own weight loss success story, I can appreciate her appeal. For one, I really like when she mentioned...
See how she's just reading right now? See her eyes, how they're going to the teleprompter? That's what she's reading right now. Reading a pure script. This is not from Abby Sharp. Just remember that.
Mentions the satisfaction factor, which is something that you guys all know I talk about all the time. Take a look.
Eating foods that are the most satisfying to you is actually one of the best ways to lose weight and then maintain that lost weight. Let's do an example. Dark chocolate has more health benefits than milk chocolate, right? It has more antioxidants, more fiber. However, for me personally, milk chocolate is just more satisfying. I like the taste better, and I am more satisfied on a smaller amount.
Oh gosh, so just recommending absolute junk food, drug, including caffeine, including junk food, as satisfying.
Think about where can you apply this
Yes, yes, yes. I
cringe.
Also a milk chocolate girl myself. And we know that when you just eat for nutrition or for calorie restriction, you set yourself up for a binge. You need to enjoy the foods you're eating.
When you eat for nutrition, did she just say that? What?
When you just eat for nutrition, I am also a milk chocolate girl myself. And we know that when you just eat for nutrition or for calorie restriction, you set yourself up for a binge.
That's coming from a supposed dietitian. When you eat for nutrition. Hang on. Like, I cannot believe she just said that. How else are we meant to eat? We're meant to be eating for nutrition. And when we eat the correct foods that are best suited for our physiology, that meet our nutritional needs, fruit as a frugivore, then they taste good and we're satisfied. Like, it's terrible that she should be recommending like nutritious foods first and foremost. That's the thing. When you meet your nutritional needs, you do not binge.
To enjoy the foods you're eating, or you're just gonna go on a satisfaction hunt trying to find what you actually want, plowing through a lot more unsatisfying calories in the process.
That's because you're eating junk food. You're eating foods that you're not meant to eat, and you're recommending them to your audience who has no clue. The only time eating for taste, and that's what Abby Sharp is saying, you should eat for taste, is in nature. We can't do it in this environment, this fake industrialized environment that we are living in, because we are faced with all this junk food that is not actually food. It's like, just because it is available in the supermarket on the shelves does not make it food. It should not be an option. So you can see like people all over the place, like eating for eating for taste. That's why they're obese, morbidly obese. That's why we have this epidemic. Only in a natural setting can we eat for taste. right? But the thing is, when you eat a fruit-based diet, your taste buds actually change. After 2 weeks or so, you get a new set of taste buds. So you start to like crave fruit, and you seek out the best quality fruit. And yes, it's not perfect every time, but it's the best you can do, and your taste buds will appreciate it. Rather than if you're going to junk food all the time, which is not really food, and calling it food and pretending that eating for taste is something that is possible in this industrialized world. It's just not. And she should know that.
You want to talk about empty calories? Real empty calories are the ones you don't like.
Oh God. She's just coming from this like psychological, this, you know, she's caught into the junk food world herself. Okay, she thinks like, oh, we all have to eat junk food. Junk food is food. It's not. And that's why you end up getting into this, you know, this way of thinking that she is, that doesn't actually consider the nutritional aspect of the food. She's just focusing on how does it taste.
I also think there are some really helpful tools here for recognizing hunger and fullness. And I agree with her sentiment that feeling some hunger is normal
Hunger and fullness cues, healthy. It's like,
and healthy to experience, because that's our natural motivator for intuitive eating. As with most dietitians on social media, you also see her recommending a more gentle approach to overeating that really embodies what I would also suggest, which is if you overeat, do not punish yourself, use it as data. And
see, when you eat your natural diet, let's have a look on the side here, what she's doing here. Hang on a second. I just wanted to, yeah. Overate this weekend, no problem. Follow these 3 steps. Don't starve yourself today. Okay, that's never good to starve yourself, agreed. Do eat wholesome meals, but that's not a wholesome meal. What is that? Literally covered in cheese? Wholesome. You know, wholesome is just a very vague term. It doesn't mean anything. Wholesome. For me, whole foods. This is not a whole food. Don't eat only low calorie food, like 1 bit of lettuce. Obviously, that's the same as starving yourself, so I'm not sure why she said that again. Let's do that again. Do eat substantial meals and snacks. Yes. Don't talk down to yourself. Yeah, sure. Do practice self-compassion. All right, so we have bits of dead bird here. Okay, how about other compassion? And also self-compassion. That's not being compassionate to yourself because you are a frugivore and you do not eat the flesh of a dead bird. That's not being compassionate to your health, but also to the actual animal. How about practicing animal compassion, other animal compassion?
Punishing exercise or more restriction. And finally, I think the general tips she shares on
weight loss. Only eat foods you love the taste of in all food groups. Satisfaction matters. Oh gosh, this is so Abby Sharp's kitchen like direction. Fully. Only eat foods you love the taste of. So the chocolate, so this woman this dietitian is recommending this chocolate cake right here. This is not a food group. Okay? She's in all food groups. I mean, they're clueless.
Online for weight loss are all evidence-based and also relatively gentle at heart.
Honestly, she's just reading a script now, so I've totally turned off to Abby. It's just like a robot. Da, 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 da. Like there's no connection here for me at all. So I'm just sticking to what the College Nutritionist is sharing. You don't need to make all your meals and snacks from scratch. This is like shocking. Like look how processed and bunker life this thing is. I don't think I've ever eaten one of these in my life, and there's no excuse for anyone to eat this crap. If you actually meet your nutritional needs as a frugivore, if you eat a fruit-based diet, if you eat a high carbohydrate, even cooked diet, it's going to be obviously, you know, not as good as a fruit-based diet. You aren't going to desire foods. Okay, this is not a food. You're not going to desire substances like this. But if you're having that high carb cooked plant-based diet, it's got to have enough sugar in it, okay? Because you need fruit, and if you're not getting enough fruit and you're just eating like starch solution pollution, like then it's going to not leave you satisfied and you're going to go for the refined sugar. So this is an example. This chocolate cake, the chocolate cake, and this dirty little like seriously wartime snack here is not about satisfaction. This is just justifying junk food.
Her approach is to focus on meals and foods that you legitimately like, to not create a massive caloric deficit that...
How about focus on what actually nourishes your body? So look, when you're eating the correct foods, when you're eating fruit, obviously that is sweet, okay, that is making you feel satisfied. I mean, that does make you feel satisfied because you're getting the fiber, you're getting the carbohydrate, you're getting the water content, you're getting that satiation factor. But when you're eating these things, it's like low fiber, high fat, very confusing for the body, very unsatisfying. It doesn't fill your stomach.
That would trigger a binge, and to lean on convenience foods to help create more realistic and sustainable habits.
Oh, it's just a script.
And I also think she's grown a lot in her MO. My team dug deep into her IG feed, and we found her popular example meal plans from 2017 were all in the 1,300 to 1,400 calories a day.
Okay, so this is not enough calories. Not enough, and look at it. Look at how low fiber this is. They've got the cheese, the solidified bovine secretion. We've got the heavy metal parasite, mercury salmon right there, dead fish. We've got nuts, a lot of, wow, this is very, very low fiber, very, very unsatiating. Please don't even attempt, I'm going to have to review this College Nutritionist so I can see. Don't even attempt to try and say that this is satisfying for anyone. And prosciutto here, you got like the carcinogenic meats here. What do you call them? Oh, just disgusting. Wow.
Day mark, and I even found one with 1,200 calories, which in my professional opinion is insanely low to recommend to the
Good. At least we agree on that.
masses. Her more recent posts don't list calories, which I like, or when they do, they're in the 1,700 to...
She likes that her recent ones don't list calories. It's like, oh good, at least I don't want to know. You know, it's better if it's hidden from me. 1,700 is still a semi-starvation plan.
2,000 calorie range, which I think feels a lot more reasonable for weight loss.
Hang on. If you have a look at even the USDA, I believe it is, like calorie recommendations, they're recommending around 2,500 calories for, you know, women of the age that this woman is targeting, not 1,700. If you eat 2,500, or you often need more of the right foods, if you're discerning, if you choose the right foods, you're going to lose weight if you need to. It will take however long it's meant to, just naturally it will come down like it has for me. That's why I don't have any weight issues. My weight does not fluctuate, not for over a decade, because I've actually got it to a weight that is just natural for me. It has been effortless because I've eaten the right foods. This is semi-starvation.
Which I think feels a lot more reasonable for weight loss to me. I don't think we need any more nutrition propaganda promoting the 1,200 calorie diet.
1,700 calories is still bad. Okay, this is still not enough. This is still semi-starvation, leads to binges. That's the irony of this video and of these women's recommendations. They lead to binging every single time. Every single time. There's not enough satisfaction. There's not enough calories in general. There's not enough carbohydrates.
General diet format, I analyzed a handful of her example days for filling meals and snacks, and I found that they usually...
You didn't analyze it, Abby. Stop saying you did it. Rachel Levy did it. Let's be real about this. The College Nutritionist probably even, who knows, she could have paid Abby for this video, for this review, because it's very favorable at this point.
Follow a kind of standard formula. I see lots of evidence of the hunger crushing combo going on, so...
No, it's not. These are tiny, this is not enough food.
Fiber-rich carbs, protein, and healthy fats, and her recipes seem...
That looks disgusting. What was that?
Fiber-rich carbs, protein and healthy fats.
Wow. So big frittata, like just full of like lizard egg food. Then there's more flesh or cheese. No, is it? Yeah, solidified feta. A little bit of grapes there. Like, where is the fruit? It's just grapes there. Tiny bit of bell pepper, some carcinogenic processed flesh, more flesh. It's just a low fiber, low satisfaction lie.
And her recipes seem relatively approachable, nutrient dense, and still pretty fun. There's definitely a focus on volume rich meals, which
No, there isn't. No, there isn't. That's a lie.
some research suggests volume can have a positive impact on perceived satiety, while
What? like, she's like, she needs research. She needs research to actually try and convince herself that volume makes a difference to satiation, to satisfaction. Abby, have you done, did she actually do any education nutrition? I'm just not sure.
if it encourages folks to eat more fiber-rich fruits and veg, that's great. I love that.
You don't really love that. No, you don't. That's why you looked up to the right. You don't really love that. You want people to eat junk. You want people to eat Built bars. I'm sorry, I'm just really like fired up on this one.
But it is also hard to convince your body that water or air is equivalent to food. So at the
Water or air? Air? Like, no one's saying to eat. Is she saying to like starve yourself? I don't know.
end of the day, calories are going to be more satiating than volume. What I will
Okay, so she's clueless. She's absolutely clueless. She does not realize the importance of fiber. And that's why you can eat so much more fruits and vegetables because of their volume, they're lower in calories, and be satisfied than animal bits and pieces. It's just a fact. Like, I don't... She's really got something against fiber. You can see that.
also say is that where I think some influencers can take this whole volume eating into kind of orthorexic extremes, Rachel's suggested portion sizes seem satisfying, yet not abnormal or disorderly, if that makes sense.
It doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't make sense because you're just comparing to the average population who is eating poorly, or they're either obese, morbidly obese, or they're like starving themselves and constantly on this like diet, you know, merry-go-round forever and ever. This binge diet, you know, and Abby is too. So she has no clue.
Sense, which is nice to see in this space. But the way her suggested plans usually look on Instagram are breakfast is almost always straight up fat and protein.
Straight up fat and protein. This woman is shocking. This is really a terrible way to eat.
And again, this will work for some people. And when prompted in one
doesn't
post,
work for
Rachel notes that she just prefers not to eat starchy carbs or fruit. She prefers to eat her carbs as dessert. And
What? Oh gosh. Lettuce wrapped bacon cheeseburgers. This woman is just, wow, absolutely shocking. She obviously has no idea, and she's just totally calorie restricting and eating rubbish in between and trying to make out it's like the way to go.
the most successful diet is the one where you can maintain a caloric deficit and still be happy.
No, sister, it's not caloric deficit. You do not want to maintain that. You want the diet that is best is the one that you can eat freely of as much as you care of. You can eat all you want at every single meal. You don't have to worry about, oh shit, I have to like restrict my calories, like 125 calories this meal. What a head, like a mind fuck, right? I've already been through this. I know most of you, if not all of you, have been through this restriction. Even if it's a little bit of restriction, it doesn't work. Your body makes up the deficit. Your brain will always make up the deficit in a binge. And that's why people like Abby, they go up and down with their weight and with their eating, and they're always restricting. They're always having drugs, caffeine. They're having things like chocolate. They're having a whole lot of artificial sweeteners. You know, it's a mess. You know, their eating habits are a mess. because they don't get it. They don't get this satiation, true satiation factor, which comes from expanding the stomach wall, which comes from having enough carbohydrates, enough water, enough fiber. It's absolutely essential. It's essential for long-term weight loss and satisfaction. You got to get it. You got to get this through. And like, I did agree with her that the calories are too low, but then she said 1700 was enough. That is not true. It should be more like 2500 plus, okay? At least 2200, at least. And that's another 500 on top of what she recommends. But of the right foods, not of chocolate cakes and Built bars, right? And of dead bird. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there because this is going to go on way too long, because it gets very boring for me because she's just reading a script and she's not present. I don't think she's present during it. I don't get a connection with her at all. It just doesn't even like, feel like, I don't feel like replying to her because it's just like a robot talking, like reading a script that she doesn't even understand or she didn't write herself. But anyway, College Nutritionist is obviously clueless. We got to have a look. If you want to see a video on her, we definitely have to have a look closer at that one. And yeah, it just another ad for Built Bar. That's what we have here. An ad written by Rachel Levy, sponsored by Built Bar, brought to you by Abby Sharp.